Good morning, everyone. Is Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we got a lot of significant severe weather threats that were not expected and that we must talk about because this is going to be a dangerous storm that is going to be impacting the South, guys. This is going to be bringing several strong tornadoes to parts of the South and as well as the southeast. This will even bring some damaging winds too as well. We'll really have to watch extremely closely for significant tornadoes and damaging winds, guys. And let's go ahead and start you guys off on the first significant severe weather threat, which is going to be for today across New Orleans, getting into Mobile. This is a pretty big area of at least an enhanced risk level 3 threat, which is pretty much located right here. It's a level 3 out of 5 threat, as you guys can see down there. And it's a pretty big deal, guys. It's a pretty big deal because if we look at the hazard, look at this tornado threat, guys. We do have a 10% chance for tornadoes today, and that hatch does mean that we could see as great as EF2 tornadoes or greater, so we'll have to really watch for some strong tornadoes down there. And then the wind threat, we do have a 30% chance for damaging winds with that hatch risk, which means we will see hurricane force winds. At least that's what I expect. So we at least have a chance to see hurricane force winds down there across portions of Louisiana, getting into Mississippi, Alabama, and even parts of the Panhandle of Florida. And then the hail threat may be a little bit big of a deal, but not as high as the wind and tornado threat. But we still need to watch for some quarter size hail or greater. And then let's look at day 2, guys. This was not like this yesterday. Look at this, guys. They have issued a big enhanced risk for severe weather across parts of the southeast. This includes eastern North Carolina, much of South Carolina, heading into Georgia, and as well as the Panhandle of Florida, getting down into pretty much, let's just say, Cedar Key, Florida, which is most likely located right here. So, I mean, pretty big enhanced risk. And the reason why I think tomorrow is going to be a bigger deal, which will be from Tuesday into Wednesday, is because look how big this enhanced risk is, guys. That's the reason why I think it's going to be a bigger deal. And also, look at the tornado threat, guys. Much more widespread compared to today's threat, or at least compared to today's enhanced risks. And look at that, guys. This is an effect for places like South Carolina, North Carolina, and as well as down here to the south across Tallahassee, Florida. Even includes Panama City too as well. And then if you guys wondering what this hatch risk means, it means a 10% chance of EF2 tornadoes or higher. And as you guys see, it even is pretty big across this area, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot more in the way of tornadoes tomorrow. And if you guys are wondering when that first enhanced risk was, I'll go back to it. It was pretty much from Monday into Tuesday, which is pretty much for today. And then look at this, guys. After day 3, which will be after Wednesday into Thursday, we see another threat for severe weather across portions of the South, guys. Wow, are you kidding me? I'm just about to brainstorm on how many threats for severe weather we could really be having. I don't think we expect an enhanced risk with these threats, but we'll have to really watch very closely. This will be from Thursday into Friday, okay? So make sure to keep that in mind right there. And then look at day 5. This will be from Friday into Saturday, and it's across pretty much the entire area that has been experiencing severe weather today and even tomorrow. And what I mean by that is, I'm really sorry about that, guys. And what I mean by that is, today's threat is pretty much this is pretty much an effect for this area, while tomorrow's threat is pretty much an effect for this area. It's pretty much the two enhanced risks we were just talking about. This whole area now will experience severe weather again. So all the areas that have seen at least an enhanced risk today or tomorrow are going to experience a severe weather threat as we head into Friday. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And that's the same thing for day 4. I'll go ahead and show you guys that again across Louisiana, Houston, and almost New Orleans. And now, if we look at your guys' excessive rainfall outlook, we actually are seeing a pretty good chance for flash flooding down here to the south. It doesn't include Mobile anymore, but it does head pretty far north. This includes New Orleans, Baton Rouge, heading into Gulfport, and even Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And we even got that slight risk around that. And now look at day 2, guys, which will be from Tuesday into Wednesday. Day 1 was pretty much for today, and as you guys see for day 2, which will be where this enhanced risk level 3 threat is. We actually do have an isolated moderate risk issued by the excessive rainfall outlook, and as you guys see, we even see another big area for flash flooding issued by the Weather Prediction Center. At least that's what I should have said, but this has been issued by the Weather Prediction Center. And look at this, guys. It includes Washington D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, Reading, getting into Hartford, and even Kingston, Newburgh, Middletown. So all those areas are included in a big threat for flash flooding, guys. Just look how widespread that was. And then back into parts of the mountains, we also could see some shocking flash flooding as well. And then on day 3, look, that shifts northeast. On day 4, that continues, and then on day 5, we start to see more in the way of flash flooding as well. And now we're going to start you guys off on the European model. So this first system that moves through will bring heavy rain and even some snow to parts of the Ohio Valley. And as that finally heads out, we'll see another system move through Indiana or even the Ohio Valley, and it will continue to move across New England. This will bring like rain and snow to parts of the Great Lakes region, some very heavy snow, by the way. And then as that finally heads out, we'll see another one move through, which will bring a snowstorm to parts of the lower Ohio Valley, like this area right here. And then we'll even see a potential freezing rainstorm down here to parts of the deep south. And we might even see some very heavy snow occur too as well. And this will even bring a nor'easter too as well. At least we'll have to watch for that. And look how low that is, by the way. 964, that's way below 1,000. So that will definitely be one of the stronger storms that we will have to watch closely. And if we look at your guys' total snowfall, it sounds like we could see some pretty good snowfall across the lower Ohio Valley. Because if you guys look, we are seeing at least 6 inches of snowfall across parts of the lower Ohio Valley. And the reason why is because, let me go back to where that system moved through. It was pretty much this one that brought most of the snowfall, because as you guys see, pretty much some widespread moderate to maybe some light snowfall across that area, and that's the reason why we are seeing at least 6 inches of snowfall occurring with that storm. And yeah, we'll have to really watch very closely for some of these, and then places like Michigan and even a few other areas like the Cascade Mountains really seeing that snowfall too as well. And this heads all the way out to January 16th, and that will be the same thing for the precipitation. And as you guys see, we are seeing a pretty big area of widespread precipitation across the eastern United States, and as well as the northwest United States too as well. We could see as high as 3 inches in some areas up here into Indiana. We could even see a very big strip of precipitation down here. Let me go ahead and circle that for you guys. We could see a pretty big area right here, at least get even 5 inches of rain. So we'll have to keep an eye on that area right there. And then we will also have to keep an eye on parts of New England where those isolated areas are of about 5 inches. So we'll have to really watch closely. And now we're going to go ahead and look at your guys's we're going to go ahead and look at the GFS radar. And as you guys see, we are seeing seeing a pretty big storms moving through, and this one seems to be more widespread compared to the European model, but even some snow on the backside of that system could be possible. And then as we continue to take this far, we'll see another system move through pretty much the same areas, which will bring very heavy snow to parts of Indiana like Fort Wayne, getting into northern Ohio, and then continuing through New England, at least around the Buffalo area. And then that will finally head out with more snow on the backside of that. And then we have another one moving through, okay? This one seems to be like the worst snowstorm for at least the south in the lower Ohio Valley, but we'll still have to watch very closely, so make sure to be prepared for another significant snowstorm as we head to January 15th, and we'll have to really watch closely. And now, if we look at your guys' total snowfall, as you guys see, we could see over a foot of snowfall as we head to January 16th, which is pretty much a week and a day out, so I wouldn't say this is really going to happen. We do expect a ton of changes to occur, by the way, but look at northern Missouri. Northern Missouri could see some pretty good snowfall. Look at southwest Michigan to see some pretty good snowfall, and even around the Gary, Chicago, and even Milwaukee area could all see at least a foot of snowfall or more. And look at that, 26 inches there across Chicago. We'll have to really watch closely. And now, if we look at your guys' precipitation, we do have a pretty big area, at least a new area. The GFS model is indicating as high as 5 inches across this area, and as well as this area right here. So all these areas will have to watch for some pretty good flash flooding, and same goes for parts of New England. Just look at all that rain occurring there. And we're talking, look at that, guys, 4 inches across parts of southwest Indiana, getting into Illinois, which you could see over 4 inches, getting into southeast Missouri, and then even parts of western Kentucky. But even look at this one. This includes Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, getting into Virginia, and then we see some pretty good rainfall for parts of New England, and then we even see a bigger one occur across down here to the southeast. And just look at that, guys. We could see as high as 7 inches of rainfall down here, and this will be till January 17th, okay? So make sure to keep that in mind as we head till January 17th. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys are still doing well out there down to the south. I recommend preparing for these 2 enhanced risks. I'll quickly go ahead and show you guys that. So for today, we got this enhanced risk down here to the south. If you guys want to look at it, just pause the video, and then we got this next enhanced risk across the southeast. And if you guys want to look at this one, just pause the video. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will do one tomorrow.